What's up guys, and welcome back to Empire Total War. I'm back with my janky as hell setup, set up around the kitchen table, but it's working so far, so we shall continue with this setup. My desk is due to be delivered next weekend. Hopefully it arrives sometime early Saturday, so that I actually have time to set it up and I don't have to use this setup again, but yeah, we'll see what happens. There should probably be a video next week regardless, so yeah, we're back. We're in, last week we managed to get a peace agreement with France again. We did have to give them Milan, I believe. Yeah, we gave them Milan, which has stopped them for the time being, but I don't know how long it'll be before they come back again. But I think in the long run, it's probably the best thing I could have done because, well, quite frankly, we were in a bit of a shithole. We had no money because they had blockaded Waterford, so I'm making efforts to build ships. I don't know if I've got any. I've got a couple being built in Portsmouth. We don't have any money currently, but when we do, we shall be putting them into building a navy, because the last navy I sent to try and take on the French failed miserably. So, yeah, hopefully the next navy, Navy 2.0, will actually be capable of taking on the French ships and winning. But we actually don't have that many people we're at war with anymore. A lot of people last week came to us and asked for peace treaties. So we're actually only at war with, really, Quebec. Persia, but they're kind of out of the way. Like, we don't really have to worry about them too much. So yeah, this is Persia down here. So we own this, but that's about as close as they've got to us, is around here. So yeah, I don't think we've got to worry about them too much. Gran Colombia declared war on us last week, which is something we're going to have to deal with. Bavaria, they've been at war with us for ages and haven't done anything about it. They seem to be a bit like Genoa, where they just kind of like sit around and don't really do much. And the Mumilakis, which I think they're like over here somewhere, possibly. I have absolutely no idea. I thought they were over like this was them, but I don't. This is Plains Nations, so I'm not really sure where these lads are from, but yeah, we don't really have to worry about them because they haven't done anything yet to us. But I think Quebec is our #1 enemy currently. We are making way. We got up to Montreal last week, but they do have 2 armies sitting around it. So I'm actually kind of hoping that by moving this guy back this way, it drags one of their armies out to attack us, which I believe if we attack one at a time, we should have a pretty good chance of beating them. I think the 2 of them together, it's pretty difficult, but if we can get them to come to us and attack us on our terms, I think we've probably got a better chance. We also have another army making its way up around the north, which we're going to use to come in, probably try and attack Quebec. Depends how heavily defended Quebec is. It might just take Fort Nashwac to begin with, and then push over towards Quebec. But I think if we come at both angles from them, then it should be in our benefit, hopefully. As for these lads, I really don't know what to do. I sent, oh, for goodness sake, good to see the frame rate hasn't got itself back on board recently. Anyway, yeah, we sent these guys down to have a little look, and it would appear as if they're sending men our direction. So I think I'll just send them back into Panama and just try and defend Panama. So we'll see what these guys decide to do. I think we'll just kind of head back this general direction and see what they do. But I think I'll end turn because I have absolutely I have a bit of money, but not enough to really do anything substantial. So we'll end turn and see what happens. Well, speaking of enemies, Bavaria have decided that they don't no longer want to be enemies with us. Well, I can see why they don't want to be enemies with us. They're also enemies with Portugal, who, well, if you've been around long enough to remember when I went and tried to attack Portugal, we made a swift retreat. A swift retreat. You know what? I'm going to take that. Probably benefits us in the long run. I might even try and get a trade agreement with it. No. Right, so they have attacked us on our terms. It is still a pretty 50-50 battle. We do have more men. Look at the many stars our general's got. Or our bodyguard. Oh yeah, our general. Like, that's ridiculous. Anyway, I think I might fight this myself. Because, well, we haven't had a fight recently. And I kind of fancy one. And it's pretty close, so I think we're probably better off doing it ourselves. I don't want to lose that army, because then we're kind of left with just the one coming from the north attacking Quebec. I think it would be quite nice to have both of them still around for a little while. Right, so this is our battlefield in the frozen tundra of Canada. I think we're in Canada. If we're not in Canada, very North America. Stick these horses over here. I don't really want these guys standing in front of the cannons. That might be a bad idea. Right, that'll do. Okay, so there they are. Right in the death zone. Their cannons aren't even set up yet. They've just arrived. So, if our cannons... they can't quite reach that far. You could hit them though. They're shooting where their cannonballs are hitting right next to us, so I think we'll just back it up a bit. Hot foot it back up the hill. Just puts us out of cannon fire range, which then means their cannons are pretty much useless because they would have to put them forward, which puts them in our cannon range as well. But I think we're now out of range. I think if we just kind of set up here, these guys are still completely hidden. They have no idea that they're there. So if they come up here and attack us, we could spring a little ambush. So spread these guys out a little bit more. Well, you made a big mistake. They come roaring across the field and just get absolutely taken out by the muskets. And they're off. They've had it. They're gone. Right, it's pretty much just cannons that are left. There's some, I think that's their general there, marching his way around the place. It's pretty mad. Anyway, we still have some men here, so we'll attack these cannons. We'll just get these guys to stop firing because, well, frankly, they're just going to kill their own men if they keep trying to shoot these guys. Is that their general still there? Yeah. So if we can kill him, that'd be quite useful. But then again, the battle's pretty much done. Bloody hell. Guy got sent a mile. They just like cannonballed them. Like these cannons are absolute maniacs. They just like fire them regardless of how far away the enemy are. So that guy just got cannonballed and literally sent a good like 40 meters. Mad. Anyway, we shall lay him to rest in pieces and continue probably looking at trying to take out their general. If we can just kill this guy, then it's pretty much the battle done, I'd imagine. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get literally everybody and attack them. The clansmen just chasing them down. And here come the cavalry. And that's their general running away. And we win. Killed their general right at the end, I think, as well. So we shall end the battle. A heroic victory. It was. I mean, hard push to say it was heroic. We had more men. We had like 500 more men. Even though the game was saying it was level balanced, we had like a third more men than them, and we had the advantage of being like the ones being attacked. So we had the ability to set up, whereas they had to then get there then set up. So we definitely had a bit of an advantage in that one, I would say. But thankfully, oh no, run away, run away! I'm just going to drop my men off as soon as I can. Seems as we got attacked by these renegade bloody Quebecios, or Quebecois, we shall just try and dump our men right here. Why can you... Dump your men, right, good. So we've dumped our men. We shall take Fort Nashwack, because it has nobody in it, just for the shits and giggles. And then we shall make our way across here and hopefully towards Quebec, where we shall hopefully take Quebec. Because like if these guys had sunk us and we'd lost that entire army, I would not be in a good mood. I think they actually took quite a lot of their men from Montreal to attack us with them, so I think Montreal might be... It's not that heavily defended. Can we win it? Oh, it's looking pretty close. Should I dare? Should I take on Big Percival? I mean, he's not as big as Blair Faraday. Blair Faraday's been around a long time. I think he's been around since like the very early days of this series. I'm going to go for it. Damn. Damn and blast. Oh, that was a bad move. Although Blair survived. Big Blair Faraday survived that. That was a bad move on my part. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Right, we shall retreat. Oh god, so far. And we've got a bloody rebellion going on over here. I think our best option is just retreat back into our own territory, replenish our men that we've got left, and just try and regroup and potentially go up again. Use this army up here to try and potentially take Quebec. That's the other issue. I have no idea how many men are in Quebec, but that was a big loss for us. Not just in the number of men, but the fact that we've now had to retreat out of the area as well. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. But anyway, you live and you learn, or in my case, you live and you never learn. But we shall move our men back into Panama and wait on these lads coming after us. Right, we shall continue buying more ships. So we have ourselves a couple. Actually, what I'll do is I'll build some more in this place. Apparently not, because it's on fire. That's why we can't build anything there. Is Brest capable? Yeah, Brest is capable. Right, so we shall build another ship in Brest as well. So in 3 turns, we'll have another 3 ships to go along with the 3 we've currently got in here. Which, I mean, whatever that is, a sloop and a 4th-rate ship of the line. I have no idea what any of that means, but apparently they look quite hefty. So, like, I would much rather call them like man of war or something like that. And that way I at least know what they are. We also have some ships down here, which I think is the fleet that we attacked with France with that has run away. And it's now sitting inside Bilbao. So I might look at trying to repair those ships at some stage. We have no money because we just spent them on building those other 3 ships. But I think if we build those 3 ships, merge these 3 fleets together, we would then have a pretty large fleet. I think we could probably look at moving this army back up into Rome. Oh yeah, I forgot that we have like 4 generals. That came about because I had an army sitting up here, like a half-sized army, and I accidentally clicked recruit general whilst having the entire army selected, so it just filled the empty spaces with generals. So we now have like a ton of generals inside Italy. Merge them into Rome. Oh, I'm gonna see. Right, that'll do. And these lads we shall just send up to the border just to make sure nobody thinks of coming in. We have some rebels, and the Austrians have made their way all the way down here as well. I'm not sure about these Austrians. They're a bit like, they haven't attacked us yet, but they're a bit, I don't know, overstaying their welcome, I think, a little bit too much in certain places, especially in France and Austria, and Belgium, places like that. Like, they've just got all these men just kind of piled up around Amsterdam and around Paris and France. Like, I'm just not too keen on all this. Especially if we do eventually attack them, we will have to deal with the repercussions of that, which, if they have all of their men positioned around our main cities, they will immediately attack our main cities. So I might have to look at, I think I looked at this before, possibly removing their, yeah, see, it doesn't give me the option. Like, I'm pretty sure when, with America, it gave me the option of removing our military access. But it doesn't give me that option, so we might have to cancel our trade agreement and then do it, I don't know. But it might be something I have to look at, is cancelling the military access first, so that they all move back into their own country before we attack them. But that's a ways down the line. It's not something I'm looking at doing anytime soon. But I think I may just end turn again. I don't think there's anything else worth doing, and see what happens. A peace treaty? I still have no idea where they are in the world, so I'll just take that because, well, it's easier. So we don't have to worry about them attacking us anytime. Alright, they're coming after us. After replenishing themselves, we can't even retreat, so goodbye Blair. Unfortunate. Blair Faraday, who's been around for decades, has sadly perished in battle. It was pretty much all my fault. These guys are about to die as well. They had 10 ships. We didn't even kill one. Oh, we're still alive apparently though. No idea how that works. Oh great, and now the bloody Columbians turn up on the case. Right, okay. Now we are definitely dead now, there we go. Sunk to the bottom of the ocean, or whatever river that was. Oh, for goodness sake. It's just cavalry. It's just a bunch of cavalry. Right, I shall fight this, and I shall do this, hopefully successfully. I think we'll just fire through this pretty quickly. I don't think I'll be taking too long. Right. Please say there's a building of some description. Nope. Right. Nope, nope, nope. Well, we're dead. We have a totem pole, though. We have a totem pole. Oh, a very low polygon totem pole. Right, well, what is this hill? Oh well, may as well just start this and see what happens. We shall line ourselves up. Bloody, it's like fighting the bloody Dothraki. Well, we've got some of them to run away actually already, which is quite useful. I'm not really sure what's going on over here. Like, we could potentially win this without even having to kill that many of them if we can just get them to clear off. Which is happening actually. They're all running away. Well, say all of them. Some of them are running away. You can only do so much on a horse. Like, they're not even, like, these guys run away. They're not even charging us. They're just, like, standing there shooting at us. Which is probably the worst way of, like, fighting against us, because we're quite small. Like, they're on big horses, so we've got a bigger target. Like, surely the best use of a horse is to absolutely annihilate infantry by just charging at them. But they don't seem to be doing that. These guys have run away and they're now coming back. See, that's how you're supposed to use your horses. So far they haven't been doing that. Oh no, and our general's dead. Ian Weller. I'm guessing he was part of this. One of these lads, but they're now running away as well. And those guys are running away as well. Well, if this isn't a heroic victory, then I don't know what is. Yeah, thank you. Like, some of the times it's given us heroic victory, it's been an absolute joke, but that, I think that truly was a heroic victory. Like, we had completely been outnumbered by the enemy, and yet we still managed to hold on. Just purely on the fact that they just didn't really use great tactics. Actually, pretty level, and it was completely level in the number of men, but I didn't. They had way more, like, units than us. They had like 5 or 6 units compared to our 3, but we just had more men inside each of our units. So it was actually pretty level, but we killed twice as many of them. So success for us. They can clear off back to their hovel, and we'll regroup hopefully and hold on, keep a hold of Detroit. I think if Quebec come down, then we don't really stand any chance, but if we keep fighting off the Native Americans, then I think we do stand a pretty decent chance of holding on to it. Southern Italy has rebelled yet again. Like, honestly, Southern Italy has been an absolute joke. Since I took Southern Italy, way back, they've just done nothing but constantly rebel and never be satisfied with what they've got. Like, public order in Southern Italy is always an absolute disgrace. It's just unacceptable how annoyed everyone in Southern Italy always seems to be. Anyway, I mean, why would you be annoyed? I mean, all you do every day is sit around drinking wine in the sun. Like, it's hardly, like, an awful situation of life to be in. So we shall replenish our men inside here. We shall recruit a general while we're at it for no good reason. What's his name? Findlay Fadden? Findlay Fadden, our general inside Detroit. Hopefully he can gain as many stars as Big Blair Faraday once had, before the damn Quebecois decided to take that away from him. Keep recruiting our men inside Detroit, hopefully hold on to it for a bit longer. We shall also go and just take over Fort Nashwack. We shall just take that off of them. Did lose quite a few men, but we killed literally everybody in Fort Nashwack, so we now have that. We can now see... No, we can't see Quebec, but they do have a pretty sizable army just sitting inside Tadoussac. So that's something we might have to worry about. So I might just kind of slow down, hold on to Fort Nashwack for the time being, and then look at taking on Quebec in a few turns, possibly, but then again, I'm quite an impatient person, so I'll probably just do it immediately. And severely regret it in a turn's time. I think Gran Colombia haven't been that bothered about coming after us, so I'm not really sure what their deal is. They kind of were standing around here. Yeah, I would have thought they would have come up and tried and take Panama. I think that's their whole thing, is they're trying to they want to take Panama at some stage, get it off us somehow. But yeah, I think I'll probably call that a week. Not much has happened really. Mostly bad things have happened. We've lost our army that we sent up to Montreal that was hoping to take it on. We had a pretty successful battle against the Quebecois, but unfortunately, my impatience to take Montreal meant that we unfortunately lost in the Battle of Montreal, and then we got attacked again by the army that we once beat, and that put an end to us entirely. We also almost lost this army. We got attacked by the Quebec naval power, and we had to run away, which thankfully we managed to run away. And we dropped off our men here and we took Fort Nashwack. Otherwise, I think that would have been absolutely awful. If we'd lost both those armies, that would have just been a proper joke. We did ultimately lose the fleet in the end, but then again, it wasn't a great fleet, so it's not really that big a loss. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's happened this week. So hopefully more happens next week. I'm not really sure it will, but we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get there. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well if you're new around here. And I'll catch you guys next week. So until then, cheerio.